Hello, everyone. Here is Scott Batchelor with Nbcm News Live Talk Radio here. And I'd like it if you guys could subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will have BitChute up here very shortly. So you're probably wondering where we've been. Well, summer's been busy, as you know, for everyone. So now that summer's almost over and the elections are being called tomorrow, NBCM News Live Talk Radio is going to do their very best to have everything up and running, give you stats as the day goes on, and as elections keep moving forward. So, first of all, I do want to thank everyone who continues to watch our show. Anyone who subscribed to our YouTube, we'll have the BitChute up here. We have a lot of great things happening for NBCM News Live Talk Radio, and I'm very looking forward to the new series that we're coming up with and the great show that we're going to have by covering the elections here. So supposedly it's going to be called later on today, the actual official elections. But I do want to congratulate the Manitoba Conservatives for actually getting a majority. And three Liberals got in. After everything goes on Liberals, someone voted Liberals. So, anyways, all right, so we have a lot of stuff going on. Again, we're launching, the federal election is being launched as of today. And we have the huge support from Max Bernier. Not us in particular, the news, but Max Bernier is gaining high in the polls. And I'm not a big one for the polls because, I mean, they said Trump had a 5% chance of winning, and look what he did there, right? So as we keep moving on, now Justin Trudeau is being slammed for attacking the middle class and all their industries and all that stuff, for him to go out in his nice, fancy, gas-guzzling cars. So that's quite interesting. A lot of the news is bringing up now how that Justin Trudeau's real dad, Castro, and him being a dictatorship, kind of learns from his father. You know, it is what it is. So we got a lot of great stuff coming up in the series as we go, talking about Justin Trudeau, talking about Andrew Scheer, and many more things to come. I mean, Andrew Scheer sits there and whines and complains for 3 years about how he's going to reverse the carbon tax and the whole 9 yards, and now he's going the opposite way. So stay tuned. These are going to be interesting series. Subscribe to our YouTube channels. You do not want to miss this new great series that we're coming up with NBCM News Live Talk Radio. I mean, for crying out loud, they went and actually kicked a guy out of Parliament for having a shirt saying, "I love Canadian oil and gas." How stupid is that? And then you've got an apology, but you know, it just gets stupider every day, right? So we are here to cover these interesting events, and the more Scheer and Justin look like idiots, the more and more Max Bernier and Mad Max gains in the polls, or gains in general. I've seen the political atmosphere on social medias everywhere, and everyone's going nuts for Max. And at first I was like, oh no, that's just weird, right? But if you actually look into his policies, and we will do that in an episode with that, if we can probably actually get some of his people that are running, I will invite conservatives, liberals, and anyone else who wishes to join us on our show. So this should be a very, very interesting thing. One thing that people didn't realize, too, is that this last month, our stock exchange lost $97 billion. Isn't that crazy, eh? And they wonder why a lot of companies don't want to go public anymore, because you have very little control over what your company's stock market is. But what it comes down to is a lot of companies are crashing because of our crappy economy. You can't sit there and overly charge taxes and expect everything to be okay, especially when you're not putting anything back in. You're just giving to other countries. And the oil's crashed still. I mean, without the huge oil prices, the government can't just keep charging more and more taxes. what they call a tax rotation theory. This is something they teach to high school children, right? High school kids, they teach, and it's called the tax rotation. So in general, a healthy economy depends on the government allowing the money to rotate 30 times before they goes back completely for every dollar the government spends. We're at 3. Actually, probably about 2.5. So that means we got a really shitty economy. And so, yes, I mean, Justin Trudeau, I'll teach you all about economics. Come on my show, and it'll be one heck of a show. I'll teach you how things go. Same with you, Andrew Scheer. I'll make sure we teach you about what real carbon is and how we're going to fix this for sure. And it's not going to be by adding another tax. It's going to be getting rid of the taxes and get your ass out there and start planting those friggin' trees. All right. And so now the NDP leader going out. So for traditionally, so most people don't know, NDP is tried to represent the working class for federally anyways. And then they got Jagmeet Singh. It has nothing to do with who he is personally, other than the fact that he's going around saying he hates farmers, he's against oil pipelines, he's against everything. So who does he represent? I mean, how do they represent the working class if he's against everything to do with the working class? But I'm just pointing out the obvious there, guys. All right. So a lot of the news and media is giving Andrew Scheer for not tweeting like a real person. This is hilarious. It really is. Like, I'm actually bringing up articles as I go. And yeah, some of this stuff, like, you can't make up. It's just so hilarious on how things going. But, you know, with the basic economics, Justin, come on over. I'll teach you how to work our country, and it won't take more than a high school student. I'll make sure I go get a high school student from our local high school that can teach you economics, because you can't do the job, plain and simple. So let's say on election time, you're fired, man. And we weren't going to put you back in the classroom because, well, you already got fired for inappropriate contact with students. So 6 boys came up against you and they disappeared, unfortunately. But we'll make sure we get you a nice job serving McDonald's. Oh, wait, no, then he's around youth again. Maybe we can put him out to sea and he can go catch a wild crab or something, and he falls overboard, and whatever, right? All right, so this is going to be an interesting series for sure. I hope to see most of you guys on. We're going to have different guests throughout the series, and we're going to have co-hosts joining us as we go along through the election and then throughout the year here. So I hope you guys will join us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. As soon as we have that bit shoot up, I'll make sure I get it and you guys can subscribe to that. God bless. Have a great day. And this is going to be one hell of an election. Good night and good morning.